is Alice. I work for the Umbrella Corporation, the largest, most powerful commercial entity in the world.
I want him in the Nemesis program.
Am I excited to see Resident Evil? No. Am I excited to see Resident Evil Apocalypse? No. Am I excited to see Resident Evil Extinction? Of course not. Am I excited to see Resident Evil Afterlife? Not even a little bit. Am I excited to see Resident Evil Retribution? Certainly not. Am I excited to see Resident Evil The Final Chapter? Maybe in the sense that's the end of my curse. In an actual viewing experience sort of way. You gotta be kidding me. No one ever has once ever been excited to see these movies, except for limited to exclusively 3 people. Mila Jokovic, not Paul Thomas Anderson, the other guy.
Yeah, the other one.
And
This
Robbie. That guy right there. Everyone else, it's a complete curse. Going into it, I can say that my expectations are low. And the one time I saw the first one and like the first 2 scenes of the second one when I was like 8, it's not looking very good.
You were too young to understand what you were watching.
Yeah, you're right. I just couldn't comprehend Paul W.S. Anderson's intellect. So let's throw the first movie on.
I want him in the Nemesis program.
You've asked me to watch that movie for the better part of a decade, and I'd say I went into it with the thought process of like, you know, maybe it's one of those things where, you know, I don't know, is sex really all it's cracked up to be, right? And the good thing about having sex is when you finally do, you get all those years of build-up, like, oh my God, I'm finally gonna do it, you do it, and it's like, wow, that was awesome, right? It's
That's
like
exactly how
that
this
was
felt.
cracked up all was to be. Now, in this case, with Resident Evil, it didn't quite have that same pop to it, I don't think. It was much more of like, oh, wow, this movie kind of
awesome.
manages to not necessarily excel at any part of filmmaking at all. Because think about it, right? Let's break down like category by category, right?
Okay.
You know what? Let's start off nice. I'll tell you this, all right? I spent the entire movie thinking, how the hell does this even have a sequel? Like, each scene that progressed onto
It's so good that it has several sequels.
each scene that it went from, I thought, like, okay, I guess something has to happen in the next scene that will make me think there has to be a sequel. And then that scene would come and nothing happened. Okay, I guess it's the next scene that will lead me to believe there's supposed to be a sequel. And I spent the whole movie wondering that for an hour and 40 minutes. Then it actually gets to the end of it, and I'm okay, then I think, all right, now I know why it has a sequel. Because admittedly, I'll be nice. That last 10 minutes, that shot of her outside getting the shotgun and the car panning away.
Pretty
where
sick,
was
right?
that? Not necessarily was it sick, but where was that production value for the entire
I know,
duration of the movie?
I know. That's why I keep telling you.
That movie had the worst sets,
I know.
the worst CGI, the worst stunt coordination, the worst like rules to follow as to what was going on. The worst writing, the worst acting, the worst directing, the worst casting.
Did you not see how she shedded tears when Kaplan almost killed himself, dude? That
Who?
was some top.
That's something too. I don't know a single
acting.
character's name. You know how hard that is for a movie to go by? It's like I watched it a week ago or I watched it 10 years ago. I watched it 15 seconds ago, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. There was that. Let me think about it for a second. There's the guy who looks like Tom Jane. Don't give me any hints. All right, you're an expert. Don't give me any hints. There's the guy who looks like Tom Jane. Hey, you want to stop coughing as I'm talking?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
There's the guy who looks like Tom Jane.
I don't know what his name was, so I don't remember that one.
Okay, so there's Tom
I've seen this movie
Jane.
1,000
There's
times.
Tom Jane guy. There is guy from Cruel Intentions and Ugly Betty.
Yes.
There's that guy.
I know his name.
So that's a really good character arc. That guy was cool. That guy was cool. Guy from Ugly Betty guy. He was sick. He actually sucked, actually, which is the crazy thing. So did Tom Jane guy. Then there was Mila Jokovic.
Yes.
Her name was Alice.
Yeah, but also in your defense for this one though, from the second movie onward, every movie starts off with her going, "My name is Alice. This is my story." This is the only one that doesn't do that.
That's true, because in this movie, she was unaware of who she was to start off the movie.
Yeah, I don't think she said her name.
Every
once,
other movie,
actually.
she's like, I know who I am.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Then it was random woman who stared at a laser to kill her.
forgot she was
Don't know
in it.
don't know what her story was about. Don't know what that other guy who had the worst stance of all time. He pulled out his gun, cocking an eye right before the girl got her head cut off. That guy was looking at the laser like, huh? Then there was jumping Michael Rappaport. Remember when he was in it?
No.
You remember Michael Rappaport being in this movie?
No.
He was the other guy in the group.
No. When the hell did this happen?
Then there was Black Commander guy.
I remember Black Commander. Who the hell's Michael Rappaport?
He
in
was
this
the
movie.
Irish guy who jumped up and the
I
laser
used to
cheated
be 100
him.
Oh yeah, I got cut in half. Okay,
Yeah, he got cut in half.
Dude, I'm defending this one. I don't remember who we're talking about.
And then as far as actual characters past that, there was generic dark hair leading man, and then there was his less attractive but taller counterpart who wasn't as enjoyable.
KD.
Maybe. That's a possibility. His name could have been Marshall. I don't know.
It was in fact KD. She said it 100 times.
His name was Katie?
K, the number. The number.
The number?
The letter K.
See, this movie dumbs you down, Ralphie.
I know. Dude, every time I watch these movies, I marathon them, and I spend like 5 to 6 hours afterwards just kind of hating myself.
Yeah,
and
I
the
can
world
see
around
why.
me.
I watched it for an hour and 40 minutes, and I hate myself. I hated the movie, too.
I'll tell you what, though. That whole thing you like about the end of this movie,
Yeah.
that's all of the next one.
Great.
It's all
Robbie,
outside.
just to clarify, I went from, like, loathing it and detesting it to still hating it. So I'm glad we've moved up. Maybe by the 7th one, I'll be like, hey, this is great.
The third one's pretty cool.
I bet.
The fourth one is the worst in the entire series.
That works in, like, other things. Like, with the Saw franchise, it's like, yeah, the first one's good. The second one's probably better. The third one, they get better, right? And then 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 is pretty fun. But, like, this one was bad to start. At least Saw 1's good to start.
Since you bring up Saw, you know how like each Saw movie kind of like retcons all the movies beforehand?
Yeah.
And every time you watch it, it's like, oh, that's not what happened like I thought it was. You go into it thinking one thing, it's like, that's not true. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
These movies do the exact same thing. So you just found out the origin story of like the Red Queen in this movie.
And then the rest of this, the Red Queen, it's hilarious. You're going to start using terms on me. The Red Queen, dude.
The Red Queen, you're going to find
I still can't wrap my head around why they go to a place called the Hive and there's not a single bit of bee imagery the entire movie.
Did you not see the design of the hive? It looked like a beehive.
That was the extent of it.
And it's also really not, doesn't look anything like
Oh, I guess that's what it was. When they were walking through that random room that when we first saw it filling, it was completely clear water, but when they got to it at the end, it was yellow water. That was
actually
honey.
honey, yeah.
Yeah, that was bee honey.
That's why she was still preserved, that
Yeah.
zombie.
Also, I will give the movie credit for one thing. Resident Evil 1, what does it do? It makes me out
Kicks
loud
ass.
say, that's ridiculous numerous
You
times,
said it
okay?
like 5 times.
Alice gets a gun, and she has to kill these dogs, right? So she shoots like 7 of them, 8 of them. I'm like, all right, cool. That makes sense. One dog left. No ammo. What does she do? She doesn't, like, throw the gun at it. No. She drops the gun, runs up a wall, and kicks it. And then the thing dies, which is crazy. Because those last ones, they explicitly showed one shot of, like, one dog eating a bullet and be like, I'm fucking still coming. She had to shoot it twice.
True.
So that one dog, this dog's cousin. He took 2 bullets to the head before he went down, but for some reason, this one was chasing Mila Jovovich, who got the whole double door bamboozled. That one got 1 kick to the head and just maybe so embarrassed from the whole door shenanigans where it's like, gosh, she locked me out. Like, just, you know what? Hop in there. She'll come out here. She'll see us. And then he got duped again. He's like an idiot.
No, the reason being is you don't know this yet, but Alice is actually special. So that kick was not just any ordinary kick.
Oh, I kind of figured she was special when she ran up a fucking wall and 360
You
the
noticed
dog
that?
charging at her. Yeah.
And no one else can do that in these movies but her.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really cool. The movie served as an inspiration to a lot of things. That's cool.
Yeah, like the
I mean,
second
where
one.
would Terminator Genesis be without this weird little girl running around talking about plans?
Yeah, that was really exactly like the fucking Skynet in Genesis, whatever it's called.
No, it wasn't called Skynet. It was called like
something dumb, like Skype or something stupid.
yeah, yeah. I'll give credit where credit's due. Michelle Rodriguez was honestly, there's that one scene in the movie for all the big fans, for all the people, for all of the tens of fans of Resident Evil. They're gonna know, oh, that shower should jump onto the ledge. Yes, the shower should have up onto the ledge all tactically.
Yeah.
Which was nice because this movie, as tactical as it tried looking through its terrible, shitty costume department, it very often more than not came off as like, oh my gosh, this is not at all tactical. Like the part where Michelle Rodriguez and her potential lover were clearing the stairs, KD. Yeah. It was just all over the place. And, like, the fact that Michelle Rodriguez got bit 19 times, that was outrageous. The fact that the only guy who actually turned out to be kind of cool in the end, the one who... What?
Kaplan.
His name's Kaplan?
Yeah, with the K.
All right, so Mr. Cotter was really cool. And when he comes back at the end, I thought I kind of, he lost me for a minute when he didn't kill himself.
I know, I thought the same thing.
I thought, like, oh, one bullet, nice, go off, bro. And then he's like, no, you're going to have to work for your food. And I guess, because it turned out in the end, that guy kind of just grabbed him and killed him. And I honestly just don't know, like, what the movie... I can't really think of anything that happened in the movie. They were like, all right, what if we speed run getting down to the sub-basement of this place, and then we, for dramatic tension, try to fight our way back up to the top?
I know, they could have took half the time. They could have split it half and half. Would have been a little bit better.
Also, why do that one hallway have that awesome laser trap to kill everybody?
Because that was just before, like, the database for the
Right.
Red Queen, so I needed the most protection.
But the rest of the place, no lasers anywhere. Mostly just, like, random-ass,
expensive technology.
cheap, factory-esque settings.
Do you have any idea how much it cost for them to build in the first place down the ground like that? They can't afford
Not
that
to
big
mention
hall
how much
like
money they
that.
had to spend on that whole, like, we have to have this skyline, this view of San Francisco in our office.
Exactly.
So we can have that cool line of Ugly Betty saying, wow, must be easier to work down here when you think you're up there.
Do you think he
And the worst part was, it wasn't even as fluid as I just said. I don't even know what he said. It sounded a lot dumber than what I just said.
That's what you just said.
No, he was much more like, yeah, look at this. There's a building.
What was that other cool line? He's the coagulating. How do you say that word?
Coagulating blood. Yeah.
Coagulating. He thought both those lines were gonna give him the
That
Oscar.
line was actually kind of cool. I hate that guy. He's cool and he's not cool in this. He's cool in Cruel Intentions. He's not cool in this. He's certainly not cool in Ugly Betty.
I think he's pretty good in this. He's really good in the second one.
Yeah, I already know it's not gonna trick me. I know he turns into that monster because he's an idiot and got a scratch on his biceps. Because he randomly decided halfway through the movie, look at my triceps.
They put him in the Nemesis program.
Every other movie is stupid, dude. That was a dumb, stupid fucking
in
movie.
defense of this
Michelle
one,
Rodriguez though looks super hot, and I already know because this movie is loose with the rules. Okay.
These movies reinvent the story. It retcons everything. So, dude, no, these rules make sense. You have to wait till the next installment comes to make more sense.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the second movie. Maybe I'll have more to say because the worst part is I don't even have anything to say in this movie because nothing happened in this movie.
The second one's better than the first one. The third one's better than the second one. The fourth
Listen, the first one might be a steaming pile of shit. This one's like much more of just a pile of shit.
I want him in the Nemesis program.
Well, good thing we opened up on an entire recount of what happened in the previous movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful. It's really helpful. Because this movie decided to do that thing like the last movie where it's like, what if we have a movie happen and the last 20 minutes is just like, there's maybe another movie going to happen.
Right.
So this one was interesting. It did the same thing where this movie, though, took one step further. It opens up spending 20 minutes showing us what happened in the first movie. Then it has something happen for an hour and 40 minutes or whatever. And then it ends to show us whatever will happen for the next movie. It's just a really interesting way of going about these things.
Hold on. What did you say about the last movie? The last 10 minutes was the best part, right? What was the last 10 minutes? Her walking outside. What was this movie? All of her outside. So how quick the next movie is going to be that you're excited for the next movie based on the last 10 minutes of this previous movie?
Yeah, no, I didn't quite even more. Like, we watched Less Than Zero 2 days ago, and I can tell you every single thing that happened in that movie. The credits are rolling behind me. I can tell you that the animal trainer is Julie Totman.
Oh, she's
and
great.
Key Hair is Reeve Courier. However, I don't know what happened in that movie. I feel like there's also no dialogue. I can't, both times, I've now watched 2 of these movies, and I can't think of one singular time in which Mila Jovovich was speaking at any point.
She spoke in the beginning, which said, "Hi, my name is Alice, and this is my story."
Yeah, but she wasn't, no, but that was like a voiceover. I don't think I've seen her mouth move once, the whole movie.
There's a lot of stern looking in this one, not so much.
That's true. I haven't seen her, to be fair, not only have I not seen her mouth move, I haven't seen any discernible facial expression at any point either.
No, she looks pretty fucking good.
She looks pretty good. They also were crazy. The movie was like, remember in the last one, remember the first movie? Like, think about Alex 10 minutes ago before he saw the second movie.
Alex, you?
Alex.
Oh, because there's no character named Alex. I was confused for a second.
So think about Alex 10 minutes ago, the guy who like thought, oh, that's kind of cool. I saw a little bit of Mila Jovovich. Then you watch the second movie. Little did I know then, you just see a lot of Mila Jovovich, and that part was pretty cool. I like that style they're going with the sequels. I hope that just keeps progressing by the time like the 6th one gets around. It's like, whoa, are we just watching a full-on fucking porn right now?
Yeah, well, no. Actually, no. No, this might be the last time you get to see the porno Mila Jovovich. I'm pretty sure it's the last time. I think after this point, it's all
downhill from here.
It's all the exact opposite of that, actually.
I don't know. Alice got hotter in this one. Mike Epps is here, and
he's here to stay.
And Jill is better than Alice in every single conceivable and measurable way. I will say, I'm not sure if I liked the movie more. It was definitely more fun to watch. I still feel like nothing happened from start to finish, and that nothing. I don't know any. I can't think of why things happened, what led them to happen, what their reaction were to the things that was. It's all gobbledygook to me. However, undeniably better production quality. You know, more zombies, multiple sets. They're able to go outside. They will actually have like a couple shots here. That's a pretty good shot. You said earlier, by the time the 6th one rolls around, we're not going to, be treading onto porn territory as far as how far they're willing to go.
No.
Are we going to be like treading on like actual major motion picture as far as production value?
The 6th one is the most major motion picture quality there is. Whatever you think the quality was the last one, this one's obviously 3 or 4 steps above. The next one's probably 2 or 3 steps above that. Then it goes downhill.
Okay.
Then it might go less than that.
Every successful franchise has its peaks and valleys.
Exactly.
Right.
This one has the lowest depths you can think of.
Okay.
But then the 6th movie is better than whatever you think the highest values could be.
All right. Okay. And the best one's going to be the one with Wentworth Miller, right?
No.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
That's actually the worst one.
That's shocking.
That is by far the worst one. This is by far the
you know
worst
what was
piece
by
of
far,
shit I've ever seen.
You know what was by far the worst part of this movie?
Which part?
This is Apocalypse, right? The worst part of Resident Evil Apocalypse has to be when Alice randomly decides for that little girl, whoever she was, and the movie opened up and they were like, oh my gosh, guys, Richard Harris, piece of shit loser.
I can't stand
Fucking
him.
hate that guy and everything, especially this. he was, you know, my daughter, my daughter, my daughter, and immediately I said out loud, you can corroborate. I said, okay, so I guess that girl's obviously the girl who's the hive girl, because he's like, oh, it's I based my girl on.
Because
until it popped up in the back of the car, like, hi, I'm here too. I forgot about they existed.
So
and also, how did Alice think the best way to stop that random pipe flying towards her stomach?
Because Alice has a heart of gold, as you'll learn as these movies move forward.
No, all I've learned about Alice through 2 movies. What is it, 6 hours? No, I guess not. An hour 48. Yeah, okay, fine. 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. What have I learned about her? That she
looks good.
She looks pretty good. She kicks some ass. I guess whenever she dies and gets rebooted, she gets upgrades.
Gets a ton of upgrades.
Because now, you know, I already thought it was, you know, quite silly and absurd how she was just jumping over fences to begin with, but now she's...
Yeah, but before you think there's a pattern here, check this out. Ready?
Well, I already have a suspicion that because these movies must be making just enough money to dignify making more of them, and not quite enough to be like, guys, we're confident where they're going.
So far, you're on the right track.
Okay, so I guess I'm not going to see Alex Witt again directing.
Nope.
Not in the director's chair.
Nope.
Does the director of the third movie at least continue the whole upper on production value? Because that first movie felt garbage, cheap, and cheap.
I would say these are 2 trilogies, and of the first trilogy, yes, the next one's the best one. So yes, the next director ups it up, is what you just asked.
Does the next one bring on? Because I have a feeling the two, like, Jill's just gone.
Jill's gone, yes, but she comes back.
But let me guess. But Mike Epps he's kicking it at old school.
Kicking it old school.
Wow.
Mike Epps.
And is the next movie? Is this Mila Jovovich going to remember people, or is she going to be? I'm forgetful.
No, she remembers people this time.
Okay.
This time she's well
This
aware
movie,
of
they flip the head on the
surroundings.
script. They're like, actually, she starts off remembering. By the end of it, she doesn't remember.
Yes, exactly.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No. Hold on. I'm sorry. By the end, she doesn't remember. By the end, she does remember. By the start of the next one, she does not remember.
How many times can we be tested as an audience to sit here and watch Mila Jovovich feign being forgetful? Like, who am I? Wow, that should be easy since my face has no expression on it ever. But somehow she like internalizes how easy it should be, and then she overcomplicates and starts fidgeting and being weird.
That's her go-to.
And it's like, no. We never said you shouldn't come across human anymore. We said you should be confused, like kind of scared. It's like, yeah, like an animal. Like, yeah, but still an animal that resembles some sort of human characteristics.
Look, you think you're funny right now? You don't understand something, okay? Paul
No,
W.
she's actually really pretty, and
really pretty.
like, you know, it's not really nice how you're making. Like, I thought she brought a lot of beauty to the part.
No, I'm talking about the movie itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Paul W. Anderson's a genius, okay?
Right.
Her name is Alice, okay?
He actually went to the studio and was like, guys, I think I can dog this one, dude. You guys gotta let me a third movie, bro. All right, I think 3, 4, 5, 6 movies, dude. I want to get some.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're gonna watch the third movie. Like, this is pretty cool. I can't wait to see what 4
They're
and 5
married,
do.
right?
Huh?
Are they married?
By this point, probably.
Are they still married?
In real life, yeah, I think
Wow,
so.
I've come to the conclusion that these movies, the only reason this guy is crazy enough, because you know they always say only go to the well. I know I'm only 2 movies into this, but they always say to only go to the well until it's like tapped. You don't want dry. You don't want to run out of water.
Yeah.
Wrap my head around there being this many movies of this is if she was like, I'd love to have sex with you, but you haven't made the best Resident Evil movie yet.
No, their daughter is like 13, 14. She's in the last movie.
Wow, this is a family. This is a whole family thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what a fucking family picture.
No, you gotta hear me out though. This guy's a genius, okay? You think you're being funny making fun of this? Her name is Alice, right? Who else is named Alice? What are the great fictional characters named Alice? Allison.
Brie.
Okay. You thought I said Alice in the name.
Yeah.
I said Alice space I-N.
Ah.
So
Okay,
let's try
let's try it again.
Okay. So no, I agree with your point, but
Okay.
no. Allison Wonder.
Hannigan?
Okay. Again, same thing. You thought I said Alice in the name. I'm saying the name Alice and the word I-N as an in a place. 3 times the charm. Okay, you ready?
No, for me it was more like 6 times.
If you don't get after this one, I'm just saying.
Okay, fine. Sorry, I got this one. I got this one. Yeah.
Alice in.
Williams. One of the girls. She's pretty.
You know, I'll give you credit, Alex. That was the closest one yet. Alice in Wonderland keeps going further and further down the rabbit hole. These movies go further
Oh my God,
and
the
further
Cheshire
down the
Cat.
rabbit hole. Yes.
That's what you're talking about.
The Cheshire Cat is Wilker.
The Umbrella Corporation.
You're
Oh my
Mel
God.
Wilker,
How haven't I
yeah.
even mentioned this? Jorah's in this.
I know,
That's
haven't you done
hilarious.
your impression yet.
That's a little sneak peek.
That wasn't even good, so hopefully it's good. when you
Dude,
do the third
what
one.
the
That was
hell?
terrible.
Wow. Wow.
You already figured Alice is in the next one, obviously.
That I would have guessed.
Jill's not. We already established that.
Yeah, why would she be? She's only
She's in
fucking
this
sex.
one,
Well, yeah, obviously, you don't think Mila Jovovich was watching the dailies with like a nervous twitch? One of those weird ones you saw in the movie where she tried being like, oh, look, I don't know things.
That wasn't acting. That was just nervous.
You know, she was looking at the dailies. She saw how hot this girl looked. That made her fucking go insane. And she's like, hey, Paul W.S. And he's like, baby, just call me W.S.
Would you? Wait, hold on. You had the best name for it. What would you say? Willie Schicker or some stupid shit?
I said Willie Shitty.
Willie Shitty, Paul Willie Shitty.
Yeah. She obviously got very insecure, and she told him, hey, write that hot bitch out of here. I'm the hot bitch of this franchise.
And then she comes back. So no.
I know, and then he brings Ali Larder, and he's like, whoa, go back. No, bring the other girl. Okay, the other girl at least looks like me. Okay, we have the same look. Ali Larder's a whole other thing.
Okay, fine. So you already figured out that Ali Larder replaces
I've already cracked the code. This entire franchise is just a very weird representation of their sex life.
Yeah.
Every single decision that goes into this movie, every word put to paper is in some way a reflection of their dynamic.
You remember the Israeli guy in this movie?
Yeah.
There's these movies. Each movie, she has like a different male love interest. You gotta be excited. This one's objectively better than the last one.
I don't know if it's objectively better than the last one.
Dude, objectively. The last one.
I know what objectively means. Thank you.
I don't know if you do. You're being subjective right now.
I don't think you can objectively say that was objectively better.
Objectively speaking, you're being subjective in your viewpoint right now.
Objectively.
In my subjective views, you're
objectively, go fuck yourself.
Subjectively, you're an asshole.
Fuck you. I'd say Resident Evil Apocalypse was a slight step in the right direction. I'm excited for the next breakdown because I don't remember the movie at all. So at least the next movie, when I come back to the microphone and say, "Oh my God, thank God I don't want to fucking here's what previously happened on," so I can be like, "Oh my God, that's what previously happened on," and then I get to watch the next random hour and a half it takes up till the next time on. Because this movie is actually just a guy who has a lot of good endings and good beginnings. Like I gotta throw something in the middle.
I want him in the Nemesis program.
Thankfully, Resident Evil Extinction opens up again on a retelling of what happened in most of the first movie. It doesn't even really tell us anything about the second movie. It really harps on like, hey guys, look, here's the opening of the first movie for 20 minutes. Thankfully, I can tell everyone who's curious, yes, if you haven't seen the movies, this one also decides, okay, we're going to have one 20-minute mini-movie to open it, one 20-minute movie to close it, and then we'll have like an hour and a half in the middle of it and some other stuff.
But that hour and a half this time was it was a little bit better than the last 2 hour and a half, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. Epps is back, right? Of course. Frank Grillo is back, right?
That's hilarious.
Somebody refer to him as Carlos. Jill Valentine? No, she's not. She's just gone.
Inexplicably.
Yeah, inexplicably. She's just not here. She didn't make it. She's around. She's just not here. Ali Larder is here, but also okay. Why not both? You know.
There's not
it doesn't have to always be addition by subtraction.
Actually, that's actually how everything in this series works.
That's the problem.
If you haven't noticed, I don't know, this is my favorite part. If you watch one movie, the last 20 minutes say, hey, look how cool the next one's going to be. And you watch that next movie, and it's like, don't worry, you watched the last one. This is Resident Evil.
It's like deceitful bumpers when you're watching a TV show and you think, oh my God, you know what? I guess I'll watch one more episode because all the drama I guess is happening next week because it was just a bunch of setup this week.
That's exactly what they are. They never follow through with anything.
They never follow through with anything.
The next one especially. We wait and see what happens.
I know nothing right now. I'm an idiot right now. You know, in the vein of one step forward, two steps back, right? Ali Larder, one step forward. No, Jill Valentine.
2 steps. That's
like 4 steps back if you think about it. But one of the things that was pretty good is the zombies look their absolute best so far.
Yeah. And guess what? Remember how I said that the next one's going to... They actually get worse.
Oh, they go back in the other direction again? Because the zombies in Resident Evil... I guess just Resident Evil. The zombies in Resident Evil are atrocious. They get a little bit better in Apocalypse, but Extinction... Those are pretty good zombies.
You noticing the genius in the titles yet?
No, I haven't. But what I have noticed is while the zombies were good, the Rob Zombie-esque family that randomly has Alice and decides to like torture her and whatnot, they weren't good. That entire scene was just stupid. And that scene really delved into the whole entire like common theme of these movies where I keep thinking it's just all nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just nothing and nothing and nothing. Nothing happens. Nothing starts. Nothing finishes.
No, dude, you're not paying attention. There's a lot.
I guess I'm missing a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
You know why I think I'm not missing it?
Subplot and subtext.
You know what the problem is?
What?
They don't ever talk in these movies. No one ever speaks.
I swear when
it's like Apocalypto. I just can't grab my head in. I can't just grasp this like silent movie.
I swear when I go on about how much I love these movies, I remember there being more back and forth between.
There's no monologues. There's no conversations.
I must do a lot of filling in my head when I watch these movies.
It's a lot of filling. What I do wonder is how much money do you think they did save just, again, using 25% of their screen time dedicated to archive footage? Because if you think about it, they made 6 movies, and sure, they haven't made a 7th one, and it's been 6 years. I'm sorry, it's been 8 years, right? Realistically, they could probably make a 7th one at this point where it's like 80% archival footage, only 20% new movie, and that'll be a real steal. These movies were making $100 million, not hundreds, but like around what, maybe $200 million max.
I think the 4th one like $500, $600.
That's okay. That's bad. That's pretty low. That's pretty bad. But I think realistically, you use the archive footage, and as long as you don't have to pay the guy from Cruel Intentions and Ugly Betty too much money in the flashback, of him like, look, oh my god, what's coming out of my fucking tricep? Oh my god. I think if that doesn't cost too much, I think they could probably make a pretty big return on their investment. What I'm confused on is why they decided in this movie also, like, okay, listen, Mila, right? In this one, it's the 3rd movie, right? You know, we're hoping to get 4, but you never really know. We're going to have Alice's abilities turned up to 11. So to make it fair, you know, to make sure this is well balanced, we're going to have to take the convey human expression and emotion, and we're going to have to put that down to 0.
You have to focus way more on the power.
Yeah, exactly. We have to really be able to convey you can just run and jump over a giant fence and kick dogs in the head and run up walls and, I don't know, I guess walk up to a large metal container and just hear that there's 1,000 zombies. No one could hear it until you got close to it.
There's a lot of zombies in that.
No one could hear that there was 10,000 zombies in that cargo container. But thankfully, with all those abilities...
Also, not only the crate, somehow no one knew that fucking umbrella. We should stand right next to the
we'll get into that
shit.
nonsense. No, in this movie, though, the crew also sucked. It was really interesting. Everyone died so quick. They got introduced to us that, hey, guys, this is a well-experienced group. They've been together for years surviving.
60 of us.
And then while Alice casually strolled over there knowing she was God and could at any point just bring fire upon these new Raven fucking zombies...
Yeah, I don't remember where the fire came from, actually.
This is the same thing with the whole... Remember when she could look into cameras and kill people?
Yeah, how cool was that part?
Why didn't she later on in the movie do that? Or why didn't she bring this whole fire thing again? And you're thinking, well, there wasn't a fire. Okay, but they had a flamethrower, and all they needed was a flamethrower in the vicinity, and then she could just become Storm and move that shit around.
Dude, her powers are sick, aren't they?
They are sick. But the crew did suck. Just nothing happened with them, and it was like... They all kind of just stopped in a place for a second, and then they would lose a couple of them, and then stop somewhere else in this empty desert landscape.
That's the formula.
They all die one by one. First, it was Mikey, that blonde kid who I kept thinking was related to everyone. Is that guy? Whose brother is that?
Every 2 seconds, reacts.
Then it was Mike Epps. Then a lot of random people. There was that really hot black girl.
Yeah, I wish she was still around.
The beer guy from Accepted.
Yep.
Listen, man, I got my whole GI Bill right here, and
he's pretty cool in this movie.
He was awesome.
Actually.
That guy was kick ass. That was like the first good character since.
I actually really.
That was the first good character since the guy in the first movie who got yanked off the train.
Yeah, exactly.
There's been 2 good male characters in this franchise, okay? And then there's been...
Whoa, there's 3. You don't like Carlos, dude?
Carlos sucked, dude.
Carlos is the coolest.
All right, when Carlos... No, you're mistaken.
You think he's the last of him?
Carlos got the coolest death.
Yeah, by far.
Okay, Carlos is not the coolest, okay? You know who's the coolest? The guy who's on the bus with that hot black girl.
No, that's Mike Epps. Mike Epps is kind of...
No, that was her boyfriend. The guy from Accepted.
Oh, yeah.
That guy was cool.
No, I actually genuinely really like that part where he's shaking the can. He's like, I know what this is. It's just a gift I have. But then Allie Lauder, I guess, decided that's not one of the parts when she's going to act, and she goes, wow.
Dude,
it's amazing. You get it right every time.
Okay, it's one thing. It's funny when I make fun of Mila Jokovic, okay?
Yeah.
It's insensitive. Do you know how hot Allie Lauder is? Do you know how hard it is for her to walk into a scene? You know how much brain power it takes for her not to just steal the entire thing away about how hot she is? Just like dial it back, her sexiness, just to try to say words you can understand what she's saying.
Yeah, the way Alice had to spend all of her acting in this one focusing on the power aspect.
Exactly. Allie Lauder has to try to dial back how she's genuinely the most attractive person to ever live. And she's brunette now. I didn't know that came in brunette.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, actually, it's a different
that's
model.
awesome. You know what's less cool?
What?
The way they just absolutely killed Styles' dad. That was
hilarious.
That was the most disrespectful death imaginable that I've ever seen in anything. Okay, the way he smacked off the Eiffel Tower after giving it exactly 10% of his energy trying to help that woman climb the Eiffel Tower. He's like, "Come on, give me your hand." And then when she touches him, he's like, "Okay, I didn't mean like just fucking. I'm here for emotional support. Okay, calm down. I don't want to touch you."
He barely held her hand.
And then he gets bit in the neck, and for some reason, whenever I don't get it, but people get grabbed by zombies in this movie, they're grabbed. It looks like they're just like someone loosely grabs their. No, they're locked on, and this person can't move. because he was like, oh my gosh, it was like Austin was looking for a hickey.
Well, the zombie ripped his fucking shirt open and started licking his neck.
He was overwhelmed by how he didn't get a good look because he made what some gorgeous woman
take me
behind
now.
Maybe he thought Ali Larter was behind him. Didn't want to ask any questions.
Yeah, I wouldn't
He's like, it's
either.
life or death on the last viral man.
Also, those zombies climb super fast.
They did all of a sudden.
They were just
for
there.
zombies who don't seem to run at all. They can hike up a wall. Also, I think Mike Epps is a piece of shit. His priorities of getting himself into the car first instead of helping Carlos absolutely made me sick. What other takeaways? Ali Larter is fucking really sexy at shooting a gun.
Yeah, she does that pretty good.
And again, I've already said, but she very well might be the best looking woman of her time. Right now, her and Amy Smart's a toss up. They can fight over that, who holds that rank, who's first, who's second, if it's more of a 1A, a 1B kind of thing. When they listen to this together, braiding each other's hair, they think, I don't know, I think Alex is actually right, Amy. I think you're actually prettier. You know what? I'm cuter, but you're definitely hotter. It's like one of those kind of things.
I agree.
But no, the movie, like you said, you alluded to it earlier, Jorah, as smart as he is, he's actually got a lot of good things going from this movie. He's absolutely a pro at cooking out at the right time. The way he just gets out of that medical room earlier in the movie.
It's pretty smooth.
Instantaneously, he just notices, he sees Jorah sees the furrowing of a brow on this zombie, which his entire face is mutilated. And he's like, oh shit, this is bad.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we shouldn't have given him this toddler's toy. What's another thing too? The whole I guess it's been 4 years in a time zone, but like the third Dawn of the Dead movie.
I think it's 4 years.
They spend like that entire movie getting this fucking zombie to just like hold one of those blocks.
Yeah, I know.
And in this movie, this thing's about to, start composing music.
Well, they don't have the T virus.
Until they fucking say, dude, how does it put the star? There's so many points on a star. I don't know which one this goes into. Then loses his mind. Thankfully, Jorah, just realizes immediately this is not going to end well. Even though he was very confident earlier in doing this whole exercise in the first place. And he just bows out, gets out of there, closes the door, kills his two people, does the exact same thing the next time we see him. He's in the world's smallest tent, just located next to the Havoc. Absolutely a crazy idea. Okay, I don't know what military strategists are working. I don't know who was poached from which sector that Umbrella has hired. But oh my God, are they the absolute worst generals? Hey guys, what if you do this weird thing with satellites and this dumb bitch and you have her do these things and she's killing everyone. She wants to kill you guys. What if you stand over there in the corner? It's the goddamn scene from Scary Movie with the feet under the curtain.
That's exactly what it is.
This movie's absurd. Everything this movie does is absurd, but it's not even absurd in a bad way. It's not, at no point is ever like, wow, this is terrible. It's just like, what the hell's going on?
You've said, I think, between all three movies now collectively, probably 30 times.
This is absurd. Out loud, I'm saying these are audible reactions I'm having to things happening on the screen. And WS is like, hey, you're talking about it. You're feeling it. I'm doing something right. It's like, I guess I'm able to talk about it. That's true. A lot of the time I watch some shit, I can't even talk about it.
That's a good
And
point.
again, it's not shitty. It's not good.
I told you. No, it's great.
It's certainly not that.
It's completely and 100%, without question, it's great.
While speaking about Jorah, I'll also say that this movie had much better production value until Jorah had to use his hand tentacles and shit.
I agree.
I can wrap my head around them wrapping around the eyes and yanking them out. You know what I can't wrap my head around? These tentacles punching out every one of his teeth, yanking out his tongue, and making it awesome too. I guess tearing off his lips as well.
These are strong tentacles, dude.
I guess.
You just
It was dumb in The Boys, it's dumb in this.
No, you just don't get how this shit works. It's Resident Evil.
Honestly, W.S. Anderson is probably a freak for writing anything with tentacles in the first place, honestly, and I feel bad for Mila Jovovich. And what does the virus do? Because I don't know what it does, even a little bit. I don't know what any of this stuff means at all, but I really don't know what the virus does.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things. It seems like it does a lot. It seems like they've went the much more, like, I guess the easy way, the path of least resistance, where they're like, what if we don't really explain anything, because they can just pretty much mean everything?
Well, it's one of those viruses that transmits first through air, then through water, then
Oh my God, that was literally, I don't know which movie that
I
was.
think it was the first
Yeah, that was the
one.
most ridiculous line of dialogue I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, it's actually just super. It does everything. It's fucking crazy.
But
it's a really
also-
crazy super virus.
The virus affects us based on how it affects particular bloodstream.
Right.
So Alice gets superpowers because she has special blood.
Yeah, she gets superpowers.
Jorah has some fucked up blood.
Yeah,
That's why
Jorah
he
turns
becomes
into a monster. What happens to Carlos? I don't know. Dies in a hail of gunfire.
He dies.
Goes
He gets
out,
sick
yeah.
and dies. Most people just get sick and die.
Some of
And
them,
they
though,
turn into
sometimes you get crazy
zombies.
stuff. Sometimes you just get bit and fall off the Eiffel Tower and smack your head onto metal and rung below you and die.
That was so
And
fucking
sometimes
funny.
you can jump really high. It's really weird.
Everybody's different.
I don't understand still how this is made at all on like a fundamental level, because I can't understand looking at it like how the first step of any movie is putting pen to paper, and I don't understand what does the script look like for this movie? What, again, no one talks. I've watched 3 movies now. No one exchanges any words whatsoever between each other. There's not a single bit of spoken word throughout the entire movie. Nothing happens. We're just in a desert, and sometimes we're over here in the desert, and then occasionally we're over there in the desert, and the whole movie's just like, all right, we'll kill off some players here by here.
The script's probably just like 10 pages of the "Hi, my name is Alice," and it's like
Right.
she goes on a motorcycle ride. Then it's like 15 pages of just white pages.
Yeah,
Just white blank
he leaves empty
pages.
pages. He's like, something will go here. Okay.
Exactly.
He's like, yeah,
We'll
this
figure it
is
out when we film it.
this is the part where we'll have the guy hand out beans.
This is where the Rob Zombie family goes.
Yeah, this is
in.
where the Rob Zombie family happens.
Yeah, dude, I don't. My mind blocks that part every time I think of this movie.
Now, does she? You said, I think I asked earlier. You said no. She doesn't wear that outfit in every subsequent movie,
No.
because that's the outfit that I most. The,
know,
the
I do
look
too. It
of
makes no sense.
Alice in Resident Evil Extinction is by far the one where I'm like, that's definitely the look of the whole franchise.
No, so look at
A
that
hell of a
photo.
lot more than that stupid ass. I'm sick of seeing that red dress, dude.
I know.
It's dumb.
Well, guess what? You're gonna probably see it again.
Great, of course, because she now there's 10,000 of her.
Speaking of 10,000 of her, what do you think of that twist?
Well, the whole ending, it's the whole, the final part of this movie when a whole new movie happens. It's the big bad fight between Big Bad Jorah and Alice, and they just keep having this whole new power come to play fight, where it's like he does something, she's shocked, then she like looks around frantically, she does something bigger, he's really shocked, and then he's like, actually, I have something else, and then then he claps, and suddenly the windows are shattered, and then she stomps the ground, and the floor is breaking. And then she creates force fields. It's absolutely
It's awesome.
W.S. Anderson is just
The guy
writing
just
down what. You know what the
he's
crazy
the king
thing?
of the craft.
W.S. Anderson has never once been an idea he didn't love. Okay, and this was just an expression of that. Thankfully, though, Jorah the big bad, his only weakness is the laser field.
That's fucking hilarious.
I don't know how he didn't see that coming, though. I'm also not sure how that didn't. I'm not sure how that killed him, really, because he literally just said, "I can't be killed," and then wally wop a second later, he's killed. That was lame. That's lame as shit.
Well, he didn't know he could be killed.
Yeah, again, let's just dial it back. He literally just said, "I can't be killed." She says something quippy. He gets killed. That's lame as shit.
It's actually pretty cool.
And then, I don't know, what happened after that? Did the movie just end there, or did she talk to some people and move around and stuff?
No, yeah, then it ended in.
I know her one clone decided, they're like, I'm actually, all of us clones are different. I'm the clone who's really good at, stopping security systems, like computers and
Yeah,
stuff.
and then they hacked into the computer.
I'm the hacking Alice.
Yeah,
Thankfully, the one you saved is the hacking Alice, and I get to stop that laser field. Also, fun fact, guys, I know it's been years for them. It's only been, a couple bits for me of watching these movies, but guys, in the last one, when that laser came, there were 3 levels to that laser. There was the middle laser that you jump over. That in this movie singed off her fucking boot. In this, absolutely, the dress was one thing. Cutting back to show off her boot get cut, that was outrageous. That was absurd. But in the original movie, in the first movie, it goes laser that he does the whole pull up over, and then the next laser was the laser that went low, and then when Michael Rappaport jumped up in the air.
Yeah.
It tricked him and cut him in half anyway.
Yeah,
so where'd that laser this one? Because this laser, it was just the bottom one into the impossible X thing, which I don't even understand why that killed him. Why didn't he just reform?
He should have just went back up. I don't get why either.
And obviously he's going to, because he's not dead. Or they're going to say, oh, actually, it's another one of us. It's an entirely different. What's his name in this? Dr. Isaac?
Sure. I think so.
Okay.
I think that sounds about right, actually.
Craig Isaac. And also, was the little girl in this one? Oh yeah, that apparition or whatever. Yeah. What the hell was that?
What was what?
We've been in an apocalypse for years now, and they've upgraded the technology of digital girls running around the studio to talk and be weird and shit. In the first movie, that red monstrosity, abomination against God.
Yeah, the Red Queen.
The Red Queen looks so stupid. It was out of this world, inconceivable. And then this movie is completely photorealistic with just a slight bit of like, hey, it's a little foggy.
Computer.
Okay.
Different facility, different computer.
Maybe the first facility had a better computer, it wouldn't have broken down.
Probably, yeah. They didn't think that though. They didn't have the technology. I don't know. It's been 4 years.
So and this one ends, and it's like I guess there's let's do some more of these.
Well, you said before there's obviously going to be a fourth one, something like that. You said.
Yeah.
But there's obviously they told me there's going to be a fourth one. I guess they told me there's going to be. You're definitely getting 5 and 6, and he said okay.
Well, yeah. Obviously, he must have known there was more, because why wouldn't he's like, you know what, it's fine. There's so much going on. Jill, you're not in this one. You'll be in the one after that, maybe.
Well, then my point is the next one has really. You think these don't have a lot going on? The next one has nothing going on. The next one.
Nothing.
Okay. I do love these movies, but the next one's the worst one by far.
That's really awesome. I'm really glad I got through the first 3 thinking like it's going somewhere.
It's pretty cool.
Just for the fourth one to be like, it's going nowhere.
No, so of the first 3, that were pretty cool, right?
Of the first 3, I don't know. The first one, it's like, hey guys, we have no budget. We're gonna kind of go this whole like, claustrophobia thing. We're like, we're only we're in tight quarters, but we're also not gonna really commit to that much. Like, we're not gonna do the Saw thing where Saw's like we're in one room. We're gonna do it where it's like, what if we have like a bunch of low effort, shitty, cheap looking sets? We have a bunch of them. What if instead of one really good, so like a dirty, grimy bathroom? What if we have like a bunch of like really weird, like, I don't know, I guess this is kind of these things look like they're a little bit industrial. Maybe this is like a factory room of some kind. Maybe it's like a wool. I don't know. Maybe this is a loom. Maybe they're making cotton. I don't know. And like, okay, I guess that could be what the Umbrella Corporation makes, I guess.
Yeah, they have a lot of things.
What about the doors in this highly facility? This is a real secure place. Should the doors close right? Should they be closed? No. What if every time someone slams the door in the first movie, they just let a little bit of light shine through because the door's not actually closing? It's fake. It's all props. That's an option. And then that's the first movie. The first movie's like, hey, bunch of dumbass characters, cutting to a lot of camera shots of cameras, looking at people through cameras.
Yeah, the first one's a lot of that.
First one's a lot of that.
Aren't you glad they stepped out of that? They really expanded their horizons.
I'll say the 3 movies have gotten better in production quality each time. Yeah. They've gotten better at that. As far as story-wise, again, nothing's happened.
That production.
We're still on a 3-movie streak of no single character speaking a single word in any of these movies.
That production quality you were going on about, that goes down.
That also goes down?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then it comes back up. It's a nice little...
Yeah, well, this is technically a horror franchise. Think about, like, Chucky. It goes up where it's like real movie, real movie, real movie, real movie, real movie, not real movie, not real movie, bullshit TV show.
Yeah, it's basically... Yeah, well, these are actually 6 real movies, so they must be really good. You must be...
I guess 5. You said 4 doesn't count, so...
Okay, yeah, you're right. 4 is terrible. But hey, Ali Larter's still in it.
That's nice.
You want to come to play that favorite game? Guess which characters actually make it to the next Resident Evil movie?
Sure. Well, it's got to be Alice.
Yeah.
It's always
obviously,
Alice.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be Alice.
Yeah.
It's the Alice show.
Well, it'd be dumb if it's the Alice show. Why wouldn't she be in the next
Gotta be
one?
Ali Larter, I guess. You just spoiled that.
Yeah, sorry.
Jorah's definitely not gone.
Yeah, he's on the next one though.
Okay. No, are you talking about the archive footage of Jorah?
Or maybe you'll see archive footage, but he's not actually in the next.
No, I have to see more of the fucking what's that stupid show called with the guy with the blonde hair? The thing Eminem parodies in Rap God?
Max Headstone.
Yeah, I have to see that guy in the next one.
During one of my early broadcasts in the film, I made a little joke.
Yeah, but it's a different actor this time. This guy,
Of course.
the new guy
Same hair?
The new guy looks more like the guy you
Okay,
think.
good. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's Wesker.
Oh, I know Wentworth Miller's in the next one.
Huh?
Wentworth Miller's in the next one.
Yep, that's the next one.
That's awesome.
Tig's in the next one. Best actor in the
Nice. The fourth one sounds like it's cracked out to be a pretty good movie.
world. Before we run off on that adventure with Alice, who do you think's got the best crew in these movies?
Of the 3, which one's Alice's best running mates?
Yeah, which movie?
Well, that's okay. Well, I'll tell you this.
Don't
Don't give me hints, okay? Right now, I guess I have to go with a solid 3rd place for the second movie because I can tell you right now, I can't remember a single person in the second movie besides Jill. No, I know. Who else was in the movie? I guess you're right. I guess Mike Epps was there, and I guess Frank Grillo was there.
Yeah. Dude, I forgot.
But who the hell else was in that movie? Someone must have died this whole time. These movies, all they are is, okay, guys, big group gets trindled down. Some of them survive, some of them don't. She survives.
A lot more random.
So who the hell else died in the second movie?
There's a lot more random deaths in the second.
There's a lot more Mike Epps, like, look at those titties in the second movie. That was a lot of the movie.
Yeah, basically.
And in this movie, too, he got bit. Look at titties were the downfall.
Mike Epps, you know what they say about Mike Epps? He can't help himself, man.
No one says anything. No one says anything about Mike Epps ever, actually.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I genuinely can't think of a single person in the second movie. You know, I'm thinking of it now a little bit. I'm trying to picture it. There was Michael. I think it was also Michael Rappaport, the guy who was in the church, who ran upstairs. I think to get killed by the animals.
No, that guy was the guy who plays Steve the Pirate, Alan.
Oh, okay, you're right, Alan Tudyk. Yeah. That's what that was. So the second one's definitely in third place as far as crew.
And it had Richard Harris's son.
Oh my God, the second one's definitely in third place. Jesus Christ, yeah, forgot about that guy. Oh my God, that was like I just watched that.
You gotta remember that guy. That's important. That comes back.
I have to. Yeah, I can't wait to. No, not remember because they're gonna recast him anyway.
Dude,
Every movie gets recast.
That's true.
Jason Isaacs is just like, yeah, I'll be in like a scene. You don't mean a whole movie?
That's why the next character's
Oh my
name is
God,
Isaac.
you guys are crazy. You guys know Ian Glenn? He doesn't have anything going on. He'd love to do it.
That's actually what got him Game of Thrones.
Probably. David Benioff must love this.
Yeah, for sure.
T. Wesley, I've never seen him, but David Benioff's like, I love Resident Evil.
Favorite films.
Favorite films. Second movie, Extinction. No,
That's Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Resident Evil Apocalypse is the worst crew.
Okay.
It's toss. I guess this is tough. The first. Ooh. Well, Michelle Rodriguez is not as high as Ilar, not even close, but she is fun. However, who else was really in this group? Styles, his dad from Teen Wolf.
Yeah, how cool is he?
Not that cool. Mike Epps, not that cool. Carlos, not that cool.
Cool as death.
Yeah, cool as death. That's true, because you know what? The coolest character so far was that guy. Even though I'm still really mad he didn't kill himself originally, he redeemed himself by being like, hey, fuck that bitch. Kaplan, fine. Kaplan.
Remember his name, man. Show him respect.
Kaplan was cool, but Kaplan didn't get the cool death like Carlos got. Kaplan unceremoniously because Matt. What a dumb name for a character. Matt. They keep showing the flashback of Alice crying back. Matt!
No, Max, you
Oh, it's Max? It's even dumber. My voice doesn't know how to speak English. Jesus Christ. At least in Days of Confusion it was charming she shut her fucking mouth. In this movie it's ridiculous. Okay, it turns out I like Mila Jovovich a lot more and she has her fingers covered in the gyne and not when she's fucking like, hey, I'm a tough girl. Guys,
really?
look at my two look, I got machetes. I got a Kimbo machetes, I got Kimbo pistols. Do you have two shotguns? No, I have one. Alright. So much for symmetry, you goddamn bitch. Also, I'll say, side note, I didn't like how everyone in this movie, in the third movie specifically, the second they shot their gun, I don't need this ever again. They never heard of other clips in magazines.
They
Like,
don't have
no.
any more ammo.
Throw it away. Back to the cruise. The third cruise, undeniably Apocalypse.
Okay.
The toss-up is the third crew sucks. However, it has Ilarder, but the first crew is pretty decent, I guess, to
and
some
it's
degree.
got the guy from Accepted.
Ooh.
That guy's
Yeah,
like
man, this is
15
tough. What would you
points
personally
alone.
say? You better fucking say the second movie has the worst crew. Jill Valentine is hot, okay? But we're already giving an
She's
award
so
for who's
hot.
the hottest person. Ilar is getting it. So she doesn't get to have that bump,
Yeah, I think the third movie's more fun, so I'm in the third group.
So you think, but dude, the first group had that guy who got yanked out of the train. But it also had the asshole from Cruel Intentions and Ugly Betty. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that.
This
guy.
movie really is damned if you, damned if you don't. Dude, imagine this movie imagine this movie just had a good casting director, for fuck's sake. Just someone who could actually make the movie's gonna be dog shit no matter what, right? Nothing's gonna happen. But imagine if it was like actors you actually like seeing on the screen. Like imagine just one of the movies just had a phenomenal, not Wentworth Miller, okay? I was joking about being excited for Wentworth Miller. You know how like in Magnolia, it's like, wow, there's Tom Cruise, there's Phil Seymour-Hoffman, there's Jason Robards, there's
Julianne Moore.
I kept saying Juliette Lewis, Julianne Moore. I guess William H. Macy. I guess this is I'm kind of losing my point here by naming bozos and bums.
The priest from Wedding
Oh,
Crashers.
John C. Reilly kicks ass. Whatever the one
That other
from
chick.
Big Love.
Oh, yeah, that's
Her
what I
name,
said, yeah.
she's great.
You're losing me. What's your point?
My point is, I want one of these movies to have where it's like a great ensemble cast and not, hey, we hired 10 people to show up to work to play these characters WS kind of wrote down loosely.
The fifth one has that.
All right, well, then I guess when Kevin Durant shows up, I get to be happy. But for right now, it's the third movie. In third place is Apocalypse.
That's the second movie.
Yeah, in second place is Resident Evil, and we'll say in first place because how hot Ali Larter is.
Yeah, that makes
They
sense.
have the best cast. And I can't wait for 4 just to shit all over that, make it even worse.
But here's the thing though. 4's ending is pretty cool, and unlike the other movies.
What's 4 called?
Afterlife.
Oh, you're a fan.
Afterlife.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
never
you
heard
mean,
anyone
Sean.
think that long about something ever. For someone who's a super fan.
Dude, Fucking, they all have a lot of titles, okay?
Yeah, it's true. You have to remember 6 whole movies.
And I also know the titles.
And
of
only
the
5
games.
of them have titles.
Fucking, the 4th one's ending is the only one that actually, the movie that says is going to happen in the next movie, ends up being the next movie.
Wow.
Not really, but the opening scene at least is the next movie.
So yeah, now I get to watch I'm halfway through it. It's neither better nor worse than I thought I was going to be.
Wait till you see all of it, though, then it all really comes together.
Yeah, you're right. The first 3 weren't enough. I needed to see all 6 to get it.
We thought we had survived the horror.
And here's how it works. I'm going to ask you 4 questions about the film you've just seen. 4 questions, they're not difficult. But being able to count to 4 helps. Ready?